variables.
Yeah, so IP is walking through creating a new CI job for creating a report on the slow tests. And we're heavily inspired by how we're doing reporting for coverage.
Maybe like this?
I don't know if you can you do variables and I wouldn't deviate from our coverage the way we've doing it in the coverage one too much.
I mean, the problem is that, like, you know, we have an alternative here, right? So we have the Jest base one. How does the Jest base one actually work?
I think it just runs with this stuff.
We could, I don't want to touch this necessarily.
So I would go back and I think you're onto something by doing what we're doing with coverage. But one thing we need to change is on 196, where we just reference a XML file.
Yeah.
We want to reference the directory, and then I think everything else should be fine.
You're just saying like this, and we should be good. The problem is like reports JUnit, so CI reference. This is like. The question is like, can you use a variable in that or not? Coverage report, keywords. So the only thing that I'm saying is like,
yeah, that makes sense.
When are artifacts created? Because other than we could just do like after script, right? Yep. And then we could just be like copy.
Yep.
This one into JUnit. Report.xml.
Yep.
And then we are happy.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Let me see if we use that CI node index anywhere in a.
We use it definitely on GitLab.com.
Yeah.
And www.gitlab.com for the about website.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it anywhere in the GitLab project. Other than like our script files. I'm trying to see, is it in our YAML anywhere?
In our YAML. Yeah, the problem is because it's of this parallel thing, we're definitely actually using it inside our test parallel CI sequencer. There you can see that we're using it. Which is the thing that, you know, tells just which tests to run and so on.
But I meant, can we use those environment variables in a?
Yeah, definitely in an after script we can use it, but I don't know if we can use it in a.
Sounds good.
So the question here would be, we want to have Jest, right? So give us 2 of those XMLs. Those should be sufficient, right? Then we can, we defined it here, right? So JUnit frontend. So we want to have JUnit frontend. We just want, you know, to be honest, like every XML in that directory, right? Locally, I'm just going to create that directory. And then I'm going to, thank you. This is like, why I don't want to whole artifacts shenanigans. Command S. Oh, it's a web page. Okay, let's try if we can download it like this. CD JUnit frontend.
You can
-O -L.
What does that download?
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh, you rock.
And this one. Move JUnit. What did we say? We just basically want to have like, I don't know, something like this, like JUnit. Because we glob all of the XMLs, it actually doesn't matter how the file is called. 4 minutes to go. And we can be like, whatever happens here, report files map require report file. So we don't want to require the file. So we definitely need const read file sync equals require fs.
Yeah.
And we can, for every report file, we can say report file,
Read file sync.
read file sync, and we obviously want to have an UTF-8 so that we have an array of strings rather, right?
Sure.
And all XMLs equals report files, right? And then console log all XMLs, and where is it? Node scripts. What? Wrong folder. Node scripts front end slow. No, how is the file called? Get slow. Maybe I have some like, you know, create coverage map is not defined. We don't want that. Yeah, that looks good.
Whoa. Now we need
npm JUnit. There is definitely a JUnit package.
Okay.
I've used it. So JUnit parser. There is a JUnit parser.
Does Node have an XML parser out of the box?
I remember the name is a little bit ridiculous, but it was something called Papa Parser or something.
Papa parser?
Yeah, I think so.
That's
So
pretty
wait, what are you saying? What?
You're saying Node has something built in that can read XML? Is that what you're asking?
That's what I was asking. So that we don't have.
What do you folks think of this one? Hey, that's perfect. That's more than stable.
I don't.
Oh no.
But that's a lot of zeros on the version number.
If it parses the file. So I know that there's a reporter to generate it, right? Like this is like for creating it, but we don't want to create it. We want to like.
Yeah, that's a good point.
XML. I mean, XML to JS. Isn't there like the what's his name? I forgot the
Node.js reading XML file. Node.js. Here we go. XML to JSON is a thing, it looks like.
So how do we use this one? XML to JSON, parser parse. What?
Stack Overflow suggested that I use XML to JSON. It's XML, the number 2, and then JSON.
That's literally what I just posted in this Zoom chat as well.
Nice.
Yeah, see, this is at least 0.12.0, right?
Yeah.
It's got quite a bit of downloads weekly.
Yeah. Left pad also has. Okay, let's do that. XML to JSON. Then we can just be like parser to JSON, right?
Yep.
Of this file.
Yep. Or we can do another map, but yeah, I think that's probably the best thing to do.
Yeah, then we can, do a flat here because we probably also want to, extract the first thing. But yeah. Oh, and we had time, right?
Yeah. Do you want to?
This looks like JSON.
It does. Gosh, the glorious amount of.
But it has time on there, so
Yeah,
I think git
need.
checkout -b JUnit to JSON. Just
cool. That sounds awesome.
git add git commit. Oh, come on. -a Git MR.
Well,
Okay.
that's exciting. Cool.
I
Thanks,
will share
IP.
the MR link with you and someone can continue.
Yeah. You push the branch up for sure?
Yeah, will do. I sent you the link in the pairs channel.
Awesome. All right, man. And he's out. Does anybody want to pick it up?
I'm still processing. He was fast.
Yeah, he moves super fast.
He was moving really fast.
What I pretty much what I pretty much think he did was, so he created a new CI job with and downloaded some artifacts that we already have, and then he had a script on that job that would read that data, parse XML to JSON, and we're going to try to find the slowest jobs out of there.
Yeah. Yep. And I think what I'm really thinking we should just do is just sort it by time and print test time. And I don't know if we need to do the whole test file or if we want to do just an individual spec. But I think, yeah, we're just trying to generate, I think, some sort of output that then maybe we can have something else pick up and read. That's the goal.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of like the usefulness of this though. Like, since we already have that data, pretty much all we're doing is filtering it in a way that it's easier to identify slow jobs.
Yeah, we're aggregating it too because it's split up into 4
That's
files
true.
right now.
That's true. Just 1 through 4.
Yeah.
To me, it would be useful to have, I mean, yeah, that's nice on the CI pipeline, like our normal pipeline, but if we could do some sort of like notification system, like, even if that's dropping it in a channel or something, like, hey team, this file path just finished out at 30 seconds.
I would love that.
Because I'm thinking it's going to be a pain to go into the actual pipeline every time you want to kind of see the test and then like track down that CI job and look at the output. Like, that's just.
So we have, so what do you think it would look like for us to create some sort of Slack bot that could potentially just post, here's the top 10 slowest, the files with the slowest tests. That's what I would think is the most important thing.
But I wouldn't like Slack because of the retention policy.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was kind of thinking like how we have master broken, but like for us on front end, it just gives us like, okay, do we have issues for these things? And
this may be a good candidate then for maybe a separate domain that we could have bookmarked that you could regularly check for like the performance of the test. That may be quicker than, if Slack could potentially get too noisy.
That's a good point. And that's, I think, what IP was suggesting too when he's talking about like reading something from pages. How he creates all those like those small side projects that basically read these reports and just present it.
I was thinking,
and that's one way we could do it for sure. That would be nice.
I was thinking maybe doing it the Prometheus way. What we could do in order to limit a little bit of cardinality and not to destroy your infrastructure, just getting the front end specs. What we could do is do an average on every single folder on the average amount of time that we spend running the test in that specific folder. Because if we do individual files, we will cause a lot of this usage, and kind of don't want that because Prometheus already kind of, uses a lot of this space. And due to averages, we can do alerts. We can have this on a Grafana dashboard or whatever. And on the Grafana dashboard, we can say, hey, our goals are like, I don't know, for this folder, we want everything to run in less than 1 second. And as soon as we get that more than 1 second, we will have an alert and immediately we will know, hey, something's wrong.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what was your motivation? You're talking about we don't want to do every file because that's going to make something really large.
Prometheus has something called cardinality problems. So the more, because what we will do in order to classify each one of our files is that we will create a label for each file. Problem is that the more labels that you use, the more resources Prometheus will take from your system. So in order to mitigate some of that cost, we could just create labels based on folders and send the data there as averages.
I don't think, though, my suggestion had anything to do with like, I don't think it's going to matter with the disk space, because we're like, each pipeline's still going to, like generate those artifacts no matter what. We're just going to take advantage of those artifacts that are already generated.
That's true. I think you're talking about, Jose, though, from like we could get it reporting in Grafana.
Yep.
If we want that data, if we do it too granular, it shuts everything down, because it's at that level. If we wanted to have some nice Grafana reporting, we may have to do a higher level of
exactly
average. Yeah,
Gotcha,
that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Okay. I think those, when we figure out the best way to, so I would even love to just get an email of this. And Vitaly, you're a test expert. How would you like to see, like, how we got really slow tests that are, flaky and breaking master. What would be your ideal, like, notification stream for, making people aware of these specs, or even like, okay, I have some time to work on something, I'm going to pick up one of these slow specs, like?
For me, it should be like we have a danger bot that reports increased or decreased bundle size, which will report instead execution time of our tests.
Yeah, that would be really nice. It's tough that it also seems so flaky. Like, sometimes they take 12 seconds, and sometimes they don't. Like, that's really tough too. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Speaking about the flaky tests, because we run them in emulated environment, so in theory they should not be flaky, and we have to resolve it.
Yeah. I think what's difficult is that the speed of these tests can be so flaky. Not necessarily the results of it, but just because, I guess we're all using shared runners, so it's dependent on the amount of load on the runner, but also sometimes it seems like it just feels sick some days, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know what that end result is going to look like of how we are aware of this stuff, but just pulling it from the CI and having a way to query it sounds like the best first step. So I think IP got us like 75% of the way there. Does someone want to pick it up?
I vote Jose.
I can, because
Okay.
I finished our Buxa break today, so I'm
Awesome
for today.
Yeah, that'd be great. Are you up for sharing your screen, Billy?
Yeah, I'm just trying to check out current master, but it looks like something happened.
Yeah, I'm shuffling 4 MRs on another topic, and all 4 pipelines just failed. So there has to be something wonky going on with master right now.
Yeah, the review build CNG job is failing. So
okay. Yeah, I was like, there's no way I got 4 out of 4 failed.
The MR and the branch is on the Slack channel or the Slack thread in front-end pairs. See if I can find the branch. Here's the branch. I'm looking over the changes IP made. Man, these XML files are really large. I'm kind of not a huge fan of let's read all the files into memory, convert it all to JSON, and like that's a little scary.
Yep.
I kind of wonder if maybe we should write a bash script that like is able to pipe all of this.
Yeah. I mean, the less memory we use, the better. We're already using like 8 gigabytes of memory on our pipelines. That's not great.
So all we need to do is just read these files, and we could do that in bash.
Yep.
You can just use XPath to query required attributes.
Is there like an XML query like command?
Well, there is a GQ for JSON files. I believe there should be a same
XQ,
tool for
yeah.
XML files.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't think this should exist on our pipeline. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it gives us any benefit.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, just because like, I mean,
okay, that's a good point. The data's already there. That's
Yeah.
what it sounds like you're saying is the data's already there.
we're just manipulating the data, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, does anyone else see it useful, like to be able to go to that job and see that data?
Well, I was hoping to have one job that like was just really readable, but maybe if we're already needing to build a view like on top of it or something, we should just solve it from there and not introduce something that could take up a good amount of memory.
Yeah, that's just those are my thoughts. They could be
That's-
completely wrong, but
I think that's a good thought. So we could try instead of, because right now what we're building is, yeah, this is a good point. Right now what we're building is the thing that's going to read the files and then kind of aggregate them. So let's just read the files from a URL. And
right.
I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
Do you want to try that out, Fiddly? Or I could drive.
Yeah, I'm trying, but I think we have some incident ongoing because I can't fetch anything from GitLab right now.
Oh no.
Can anyone fetch? Let's see.
Runs like forever for me here.
I did like right before the call.
All right. Can we get this information from GraphQL? Do we know if like we can get? I'll go ahead and share my screen and what I'm looking at.
I don't know if we can. So, are you talking about? Do we have an endpoint to hit that?
Yeah, are we like able to hit? What's the master pipelines?
Oh yes, you can go to query project.
So I've got a project.
Yeah, and then pipeline. I think we have it here. It should be singular.
Pipeline. That's good, but I have to give an ID. Pipeline.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Should I look at like a branch on the pipelines? Oh, I can get the ref. Oh yeah. Pipelines, ref.
You got an R right there.
You're right. I do. Okay. All right. I'm looking for nodes.
So the thing about this is, never mind. I'll hush.
No. Please don't.
No, I think I may be wrong, but like so you're trying to write a query to pull that data, is that right?
Yes. Or at least give us some data that that we can then at least get a list. I'm imagining probably to get a list of URLs that we could then hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is sorted by, yeah, great. This is sorted by the latest pipeline on master. Great. I don't have, oh, look, there's like a coverage thing. See, I'd love it if there's just like a slowness prop.
I can talk to our engineers about like our backend team.
And our product managers about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what I want to get though, what is the stage going to lead me to?
It probably will just lead you to what stage you can filter out the stages
And then
for
here's
the master, the
jobs.
pipeline on master.
Oh gosh, and then here's the jobs, all the way down there, and then it's just the name of it. So like I want to query, like I want to say it has to have. Okay, I guess because we only want the ones that actually have Jest jobs, right? We want the latest one that actually has a Jest job, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the latest pipeline ran on master always, and only those 4 jobs.
Yeah. I don't know what after means.
I have used this query. I mean, this part of this, but not this granular.
After test, before test. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. See if I can just get page info. Man, it's still not gonna let me just. I don't think it likes my query. Okay, yeah. After pre-test, before post-test. Kind of. I'm looking for just. Yeah. Okay. All right. I blew it up. Is it going to give me like all the stages? Because that's not necessarily what I was wanting.
Yeah, it should.
It will. Okay.
I don't know if it takes a param to grab a certain stage name.
Maybe I'm looking at this wrong way. Maybe I should be looking at jobs.
Yeah, if we can get all the jobs with the right name, we can. That makes sense.
Okay, let's check this out though. Yeah. Okay. And so then I can go to this list of groups, I guess, and the jobs. Yeah, so I guess I can just get everything here. And I guess that's fine. But I wonder, is there a way for me to, given a project, instead of just looking at pipelines, look at jobs? Jobs enabled. Nope.
I'm actually writing one on my side too, just to.
Yeah, that's helpful.
I'm not talking.
Yeah, no, it seems like GraphQL might not be the way to do this. Maybe in the REST API, there's something.
Yes, I'll pull it up. Let me see. I think so.
I don't know what these edges are. I don't know what edges. I'm not going to think about it. Okay. Stage, group, nodes. Here's all the stages, and then we're gonna, oh yeah, we're gonna get the name of the stage, and then we're gonna get jobs. And I guess I do this nodes thing again. Can't query. Oh, is it called groups? Oh man, I gotta go even deeper. Okay, groups, nodes, name, jobs, nodes, name. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh.
I think this is too much. Oh, there you go.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what I'm looking at. So, the groups versus the jobs. Okay. So I'm not really interested in the jobs because I really wanted to see, hey, do we have the Jest one in here? Oh, can I look up a group by name? That's the part that really bothers me is I can't. Anyways, okay. Okay. So we can get, I can use this to see, all right, what is the pipeline ID of the last completed one that has Jest jobs, and then use that to download the artifacts. Okay. Yeah, you want to try it out? I feel like that's a weird looking ID.
ID, group ID.
I think I mean like IID probably. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably GraphQL's specific stuff.
Right. Okay.
There we go.
Cool. Yeah, how many of these I get? Do I just get 10? Am I just looking at the top 10?
It's probably paging the results.
I wonder if I can filter by status. That would be really nice. I lost my docs. Project. Pipeline. Oh, no. Sorry. Oh, I lost it again. Pipelines. Oh, status. Oh, I can. Yes. Okay.
So none. Okay.
Success. Who's running? We're looking for success. Oh no, it's canceled. Is that actually called? What's it called? I'm moving too fast. Success.
Yes.
What?
But you probably need a. Yeah.
Wow. That's smart. Cool. That's great. Okay. So then I get the pipeline ID. All right, and let's just say I then use that to get. I'm going to look for the one that has. Maybe I can keep using GraphQL. Let's see. Oh man, no, this is going to give me. All right.
I would like to say we do have a REST API endpoint directly for job artifacts for our project.
Oh, wow. Can you share this REST API endpoint? That sounds actually.
It's in the Zoom chat.
Oh, okay. That sounds actually more helpful.
That was the pipelines, but the very latest one is the job artifacts REST endpoint.
Okay. So given a specific job ID, then we can get the artifacts. Cool. Do you want to try? All right. So here, let's just say I got the latest pipeline. I'm going to open up another GraphQL Explorer. I'm just planning all this out. I was going to, let's then see if I can find the specific job ID. And then I was going to curl this and see if we can get to it.
Yeah.
That sounds all right? All right. Here I'm querying something. I guess I'm going to project. GitLab org, GitLab pipeline, and the IID is 780655. And I'm gonna be doing, oh, I lost it.
Then you need to add IID.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I do. Oh, and that's not it either.
There you go.
Project pipe. Right. Oh no, it's not letting me search for it. That's weird. Pipeline. I want to get stages. I got to do this whole thing. Stages. Nodes. Not nodes. Nodes. Groups. Nodes, jobs, nodes, ID, name. Oh, is it just by name? Is that the ID? Oh, so I don't even need to. Oh, wait. No, I need an ID. What's this? What's an example of the ID? Yeah, it is an actual ID. CI group, CI job. Let me go back. CI job. Oh no, it has just the string. It's not helpful. I guess it's not going to work.
Are you now doing it via the APIs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Peyton brought up a really good point that, so looked at this, and these files are kind of humongous. And the data already exists, and we want to present it anyways. So why not we just let whatever is presenting something do the fetching the files, aggregating, or whatever, rather than, you know, having our pipeline be burdened with reading these huge files into memory and all that stuff. That was the suggestion.
We could, in that case, I would highly suggest to go similar to the Webpack memory reports that we're doing, and basically just create an external project that queries those few things from our API.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Yep. Yeah, doing something on front end playground that'll do that. Some sort of Dino script. Yeah. But this has been interesting. I am going to probably create that front end project if I get really bored today.
Yeah, I was thinking about, just for fun, spinning up one with the REST API just to see, you know.
Yeah, let's create that project real fast so that we can both be working on the same thing.
The REST API is literally like the thing that I've written for the failures.
Yeah, because the REST API has a job artifacts endpoint. So
yes,
that's the one you used?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it looks perfect.
Let me just add my script and make it download the XMLs, and then we can go from there. Also has the benefit that we can add like a templating engine or whatever in that pipeline and just publish it to pages. Because the problem is that when we that's usually also something that you don't want. That's also usually something that you don't want to add to our GitLab project, right? If you want to use something like Pug or whatever, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So this script, you already have it written to query over or iterate over the 4 Jest jobs?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Is Test Speed Reporter a good project name for you all?
Maybe Jest should be somewhere in the title.
Okay. Jest Speed Reporter.
That's fine.
Okay. Cool. Well, this was fun and educational. Yeah, so this is, I didn't create it in the playground. I just created it under front end. Oh gosh.
It's fine. Leave it.
Leave it. Leave it.
But
Leave it.
I can't.
Leave it.
I'm not a maintainer.
I'm a maintainer. I'm an owner. Give it. Share the link. Share the link. Give the link.
Okay. Can you?
Why
move it
aren't
to-
you a maintainer of front end?
Well, the front end's hard. Can you move it to the? No, I think when I became maintainer, it was just like because some people are maintainers of the GitLab org group, and some people are. I was one of the people that I'm just maintainer of the project, but I think it's just an admin issue. But
I don't think I have push access to this.
that's what I'm saying is if we
No, you should have push access as your developer. I mean,
well, not to master. So I want to put on the playground so that we can all just everyone's a maintainer.
yeah, I'm moving it.
Okay, thanks. It should be on the playground page. Sorry, man. That's frustrating. I wish it wouldn't let me create a project, and now I can't move it.
You could blacklist it.
I can't even rename it.
What's the thing? It's called playground, right?
Yeah, front end dash playground or underscore.
I think it's front end. I think it's a subgroup.
I just needed the thing.
Oh yeah.
Let me push my script that downloads the stuff, and then we already have the stuff, and someone else can deal with the XML stuff.
That'd be awesome.
Should be really easy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, thanks everybody for hopping on and helping out. And it's fun diving through these CI stuff.
It should be there now if you reload the files.
Perfect.
Oh yeah. Woohoo! Great.
And let's maybe start with a main branch first.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you able to change the default branch?
It's the first branch that you push.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh,
Let me
wow.
just push a main branch.
Oh, you're right. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, everybody, have a great rest of the day. And thanks for hopping on. And this was fun. So yeah, I'll catch you all later.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye all.